There are some games that you need to play at least once, games of different types that mark you for a long time, that you would like to forget that game just to have the good feeling of playing and beating it again. This is what I'll bring in this list. I will show you 20 single-player games that everyone should try. Without further ado, let's start with game number 20. Metro Exodus, starting with a visually stunning and story-rich first-person shooter that takes you out of the dark tunnels of Moscow's metro and into the open landscapes of post-apocalyptic Russia. This game delivers a gripping narrative, with the protagonist, Artyom, leading his group of survivors across the devastated landscape in search of a new home. The atmosphere in Metro Exodus is unmatched, mixing survival and exploration with a dash of horror in beautiful yet deadly environments. The game's use of lighting and weather effects creates a truly immersive experience, making you feel every snowstorm and radiation-drenched sunset. In terms of gameplay, Metro Exodus strikes a perfect balance between open-world exploration and linear storytelling, providing a sense of freedom without sacrificing narrative depth. It's a game that proves you don't need a massive open world to create a compelling adventure sometimes. It's about crafting the perfect atmosphere. If you love detailed worlds and a story that pulls you in, Metro Exodus is a must-play. Next up is Subnautica, an underwater survival adventure that captivates you from the moment you crash land on a mysterious ocean planet. What makes Subnautica so special is how it builds tension and wonder simultaneously as you dive deeper into the ocean's unknown depths. The game masterfully combines exploration, crafting, and storytelling, revealing the planet's secrets through audio logs, visual cues, and your own discoveries. Graphically, Subnautica stands out with its beautifully crafted biomes, from the shallow coral reefs to the terrifying abyssal zones. Each area feels alive, with alien sea creatures that are as mesmerizing as they are dangerous. As you explore, you'll build submarines, bases, and tools that help you survive in this unpredictable, stunningly crafted world. The immersive world and constant sense of discovery keep you on edge, proving that even a survival game can have a deep and compelling narrative. Detroit Become Human is a narrative-driven game that explores the moral and ethical dilemmas of a world where androids are indistinguishable from humans. You follow the lives of 3 unique androids as they navigate a society on the brink of revolution. What makes this game truly shine is its branching storyline, where every choice you make impacts the outcome, leading to multiple endings. The game's cinematic visuals are stunning, capturing detailed expressions and environments that make the story feel like an interactive movie. Detroit combines gorgeous graphics with an emotionally charged narrative, making you question what it means to be human. The gameplay might not be action-packed, but the depth of storytelling and the weight of your decisions provide an experience that few other games can offer. Half-Life 2 is a legendary title that has stood the test of time, revolutionizing the first-person shooter genre with its physics-based gameplay and engaging story. You step into the shoes of Gordon Freeman, battling the oppressive Combine forces in a dystopian world. The game recently received a giant update, fixing bugs and improving the game's graphics in celebration of its 20th anniversary. That alone would be a good reason for you to play it right now. The game is renowned for its groundbreaking physics engine, which introduced a level of interactivity and realism that was unheard of at the time. Half-Life 2 puzzles and combat scenarios make creative use of physics, from the iconic gravity gun that lets you manipulate objects and enemies to the strategic use of environmental hazards. Each chapter presents new challenges and environments, from the eerie, zombie-infested town of Ravenholm to the battle-ravaged streets of City 17. The visuals, although from an earlier era, still hold up due to the game's impeccable art direction and attention to detail. The game uses smart design and compelling narrative to keep you fully engaged, a true classic that every gamer should experience. Psychonauts 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the beloved cult classic, bringing back Rasputin Raz Aquato in an adventure that's as imaginative as it is entertaining. The game combines platforming and puzzles with a rich story filled with humor, heart, and plenty of twists. Each level represents a different character's mind, leading to some of the most creative and visually unique environments you'll ever see in a game. This game is a colorful feast for the eyes, with quirky character designs and environments that feel like they've been pulled straight out of a dream. The gameplay is tight, with fun psychic powers that make combat and exploration a blast. A must-play for fans of platformers and narrative-driven games alike. Outer Wilds is a space exploration game with a twist. You're stuck in a 22-minute time loop trying to uncover the mysteries of a long-dead civilization before the universe resets. This game doesn't hold your hand, instead rewarding curiosity and exploration as you piece together the story on your own. It's a game where the joy is in the discovery, with every clue leading you deeper into the unknown. The game's visuals are simple but effective, with a charming art style that makes each planet feel distinct. Outer Wilds isn't about combat or flashy graphics. It's about wonder and exploration. The time loop mechanic adds a layer of tension, encouraging you to learn from each loop and get closer to solving the game's central mystery. This is a game that sticks with you long after you've finished, thanks to its brilliant design and unforgettable story. Okay, but this is a type of game where the less you know, the better it is. So, let's to the next game. The Resident Evil 4 Remake is a modernized take on one of the most iconic survival horror games of all time. This remake stays true to the original while updating the graphics, controls, and mechanics for a new generation of players. The tension is palpable as you navigate through dark forests, abandoned villages, and eerie castles, fighting off hordes of infected villagers and mutated monsters. Visually, the remake is a masterpiece, with detailed environments that enhance the horror atmosphere. The updated mechanics make combat smoother and more intuitive, but the sense of dread remains just as strong as it was in the original. It's a perfect example of how to do a remake right, retaining what made the original great while adding modern touches that make it even better. Disco Elysium is unlike any RPG you've ever played, a detective game with no combat, focusing entirely on dialogue, choices, and investigation. You play as a detective with a mysterious past, solving a murder in a crumbling city full of memorable characters, political intrigue, and philosophical debates. If you don't really like games with a lot of dialogue, this might not be the game for you, but it's worth giving it a chance because once you get immersed in the story, you'll want to go deeper and deeper into it. The game's writing is its strongest point, with rich, layered dialogue that offers an almost overwhelming number of choices. The art style is unique, with a painterly aesthetic that gives the game a dreamlike quality. Every decision you make, every conversation you have, shapes the kind of detective you become, leading to wildly different outcomes.
Yes. I'm going to unplug the microphone, okay?
Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world samurai epic that captures the beauty, honor, and tragedy of feudal Japan during the Mongol invasion of Tsushima Island. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai warrior torn between his traditional code and the desperate need to use unorthodox tactics to defend his homeland. The game's story is emotionally charged, following Jin's transformation from a samurai bound by honor to the cunning and stealthy ghost who fights to protect his people by any means necessary. The character development is profound, and every decision Jin makes feels impactful as he navigates the gray areas between honor and survival. Ghost of Tsushima is really breathtaking, with stunning landscapes that range from swaying fields of tall grass to dense forests, snow-covered mountains, and vibrant cherry blossoms. Each region of Tsushima is distinct, with a dynamic weather system that adds to the atmosphere, whether you're riding into battle under a stormy sky or sneaking through a moonlit forest. The combat system is elegant yet brutal, allowing players to engage in precise katana duels, use stealth tactics, or unleash devastating ghost techniques. Every fight is a test of skill, timing, and strategy, capturing the intensity of samurai combat. Ghost of Tsushima doesn't just tell a story, it immerses you in a living, breathing world that feels like stepping into a Kurosawa film, making it a must-play experience for fans of open-world adventures, samurai culture, and stunning visual storytelling. Halo Infinite takes the franchise back to its roots while introducing a new open-world approach that breathes fresh life into the series. As the Master Chief, you explore the expansive ring world of Zeta Halo, battling familiar enemies like the Banished while uncovering new secrets. The game's visuals are stunning, with sprawling environments that feel vast and detailed, filled with both combat and exploration opportunities. The gameplay feels tight and responsive, capturing the classic Halo feel while modernizing the controls. Halo's grappling hook adds a new layer of mobility, allowing for dynamic combat encounters and more vertical exploration. It's a game that respects the franchise's history while taking bold steps forward, making it a fantastic entry point for new players and a nostalgic return for longtime fans. We still have 10 more games to go. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with new videos. Doom Eternal takes the intense, high-speed combat of the Doom series and cranks it up to 11, delivering an adrenaline-pumping shooter that's as brutal as it is beautiful. The game's visuals are stunning, with richly detailed environments that range from hellish landscapes to futuristic cities. The gameplay is fast-paced, rewarding players who master the movement and gunplay with a fluid, almost rhythmic combat experience. Each weapon feels impactful, and the game encourages you to constantly switch up your arsenal to take down different types of enemies. The level design is intricate, with hidden secrets, platforming challenges, and intense battles that keep you engaged from start to finish. Doom Eternal is proof that single-player shooters are far from dead, offering a campaign that's both challenging and endlessly satisfying. Red Dead Redemption is a groundbreaking open-world game that redefined the Western genre in gaming. Set in the American frontier during the early 20th century, you step into the worn boots of John Marston, a former outlaw forced to hunt down his old gang members in a bid for redemption. The story is rich, layered, and emotionally charged, painting a picture of a man caught between his past and a rapidly changing world. Every character you meet feels authentic, from ruthless outlaws to weary settlers, each with their own story that adds depth to the narrative. The game also has a DLC that brings hours of fun in undead nightmares, and you can check out the card with 20 DLCs that add huge value to the games. It's worth watching too. Red Dead Redemption is a masterpiece, with sprawling landscapes that capture the untamed beauty of the Wild West.
Hello again, John. We gotta stop meeting like this.
Dishonored is a stealth action game that gives you the freedom to tackle each mission however you like, whether you prefer sneaking through the shadows or unleashing supernatural chaos. You play as Corvo Attano, a bodyguard framed for murder, seeking revenge in the plague-ridden city of Dunwall. The game's standout feature is its ability to let you choose your approach, using a range of magical powers, gadgets, and weapons to manipulate your enemies and the environment. The game's visual style, with its Victorian-inspired setting and dark, atmospheric design, draws you into a world that feels unique and dangerous. Every choice you make affects the story, with multiple endings depending on how you play. Dishonored is a masterclass in level design and player agency, providing an experience that feels personal and engaging every time you play. Titanfall 2's single-player campaign is one of the best surprises in modern gaming. While the first game was known for its multiplayer, the sequel's campaign is a masterclass in pacing, creativity, and storytelling. You play as Jack Cooper, a rifleman-turned-pilot who teams up with a sentient Titan named BT-7274. The game's levels are brilliantly designed, each offering a new gameplay twist that keeps things fresh. From time travel puzzles to gravity-defying wall-running segments, Titanfall 2 constantly introduces new mechanics that make every level feel unique. The combat is fast, fluid, and exhilarating, combining traditional FPS gameplay with the added mobility of wall running, jetpacks, and giant mechs. The Batman Arkham series redefined superhero games, offering a gritty and immersive experience as you step into the Dark Knight's shoes. Each game in the series, from Arkham Asylum to Arkham Knight, showcases Gotham's dark underbelly with a story that captures the essence of Batman's world. The free-flow combat system, with its fluid counters and brutal takedowns, set a new standard for melee combat in gaming. The Arkham games has a dark and atmospheric Gotham, brought to life in incredible detail. Each environment is meticulously crafted to make you feel like you're truly the world's greatest detective. The series also introduces the Batmobile in Arkham Knight, allowing for high-speed chases and dynamic battles that expand on the gameplay. With a perfect blend of combat, exploration, and a gripping narrative, the Batman Arkham series isn't just a great superhero saga. It's a definitive experience that sets the gold standard for storytelling and action in gaming, making it a must-play game for everyone at least once. Shadow of the Colossus is a timeless classic, known for its minimalist storytelling, haunting beauty, and emotional depth. You play as Wander, a young warrior who must defeat 16 towering colossi to save a girl named Mono. The game's vast, desolate landscapes are as much a character as the colossi themselves, with every inch of the world feeling lonely and mysterious. The game's sense of scale is unmatched, with each colossus feeling like a puzzle and a battle rolled into one. The visuals, especially in the remastered versions, are breathtaking, capturing the raw beauty of the world and the tragic nature of your quest. Shadow of the Colossus is a game that tells a story through its gameplay and environments, making it a masterpiece that's impossible to forget. Far Cry 3 is a game that revolutionized the open-world shooter genre, offering a blend of exploration, storytelling, and intense combat that's become the series' trademark. You play as Jason Brody, stranded on a tropical island ruled by psychotic warlords and mercenaries. The game's narrative, with its unforgettable villain Voss, keeps you on edge as you navigate through the lush but dangerous environment. The open-world design encourages exploration, with side quests, hunting, and crafting systems that make the island feel alive. The game's progression, where you evolve from a scared tourist to a hardened warrior, is incredibly satisfying. Far Cry 3's combination of compelling story, dynamic world, and thrilling gameplay make it a benchmark for open-world shooters.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
The Uncharted series, from Drake's Fortune to A Thief's End, is a masterclass in action-adventure gaming. You play as Nathan Drake, a charismatic treasure hunter who travels the globe in search of lost relics, battling enemies, solving puzzles, and navigating stunning environments along the way. Each game is filled with breathtaking set pieces, witty dialogue, and cinematic storytelling that feels like playing through an action movie. The visuals are consistently top tier, with detailed environments ranging from lush jungles to snowy mountains and ancient ruins. The gameplay is a blend of climbing, shooting, and puzzle solving, with each element polished to perfection. The series is known for its attention to detail and narrative depth, making Nathan Drake's journey one of the most beloved in gaming. The Uncharted series is the pinnacle of single-player adventures, offering a thrill ride that's both exciting and emotionally satisfying. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is the ultimate way to experience the iconic sci-fi journey of Commander Shepard, remastered with enhanced visuals, refined gameplay, and all the content from the original trilogy in one seamless package. This edition brings together Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3, each with their own unique story arcs and gameplay improvements, while unifying them with updated graphics that make the galaxy look more stunning than ever. As Shepard, you'll lead a diverse squad of characters, from the stoic Garrus Vakarian to the biotic powerhouse Liara Tassan, each with their own deep backstories, loyalties, and personalities, as you make decisions that affect the fate of every species in the galaxy. The Legendary Edition doesn't just improve visuals, it tweaks combat mechanics, especially in the first game, bringing a smoother and more modernized experience to new players and longtime fans alike. Each choice you make, from alliances and romances to life-or-death decisions, has far-reaching consequences, shaping the galaxy's future and creating one of the most personalized RPG experiences ever made. With additional content from almost all DLCs, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is the definitive way to play this epic space opera, letting players dive into a richly detailed universe where every action matters, every character leaves a mark, and every mission brings you closer to an unforgettable conclusion. We couldn't end this list without mentioning the Cyberpunk 2077 is an ambitious open-world RPG set in the neon-filled metropolis of Night City, a place where technology, crime, and power collide. You play as a mercenary caught in the high-stakes struggle for survival, freedom, and fame, with a story that offers a gripping blend of action, intrigue, and existential questions about humanity's relationship with technology. The game also has a DLC called Phantom Liberty, which introduces a new district in the game's open world. But if you also want to know which are the 20 AA games that are better than most of the latest big-budget AAA games, just click on the videos that's on the screen now. And if you've enjoyed this list so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming content.